Hello everyone, in this class, we are going to learn how to install the yaw system braking device. The main content consists of the structure and principle of the yaw braking device. The structure and principle of yaw braking device. Yaw system achieves yaw alignment with the wind. After alignment, to keep the nacelle of the wind turbine in a stable position, a braking device is required. The yaw braking device mainly consists of yaw brake discs and yaw brake. The yaw brake disc and the outer ring of the yaw bearing are fixed together on the tower flange. As shown in the figure, the yaw brake is installed on the chassis of the cabin. Yaw brake. The left picture is the appearance of the yaw brake. The right picture is a cross-sectional schematic diagram of the yaw brake. There is a piston cylinder on the upper half of the brake. There is a piston in the cylinder, and the lower end of the piston is a friction plate. When high-pressure oil enters the piston cylinder, WESI pushes the piston downward. Press the friction plate tightly against the brake disc. The lower part of the brake caliper has exactly the same structure. High-pressure oil enters the piston cylinder, pushing the piston to move upward. In this way, the upper and lower pistons apply pressure together, tightening the brake disc to achieve braking effect. Usually, each eccentric brake has 3 piston cylinders on the top and bottom respectively. Smaller wind turbine generators have 4 to 6 brakes. Large wind turbine generators have more than 10 brakes. The yaw brake caliper also has a certain oil pressure when facing the wind. Perform a slight braking operation on the brake disc. Work in the resistance braking state to make the engine compartment rotate smoothly against the wind. After encountering the wind, increase the hydraulic braking to stabilize the engine compartment and avoid the impact on the yaw gears. Yaw brakes can adopt 2 structural forms, normally closed and normally open. Among them, an open brake refers to a brake that is in a released state under driving conditions. A normally closed brake is in a locked state when the driving force is applied. Considering the failure protection of the brake, yaw brakes mostly adopt a normally closed braking structure. Yaw brake disc. The yaw brake disc is made of steel plates. It is installed on the yaw bearing and used in conjunction with the yaw brake. When the unit is operating normally, provide a point of application to the yaw brake to brake the unit. The yaw brake disc is as shown in the figure. The yaw brake disc of a wind turbine generator usually mainly consists of 3 parts: the working surface, the transition connection surface, and the flange surface. The working surface is the surface where the yaw brake rubs against the yaw brake disc to exert braking effect. The flange surface collection is composed of positioning holes and bolt installation holes used for assembly. Its upper and lower surfaces are respectively connected to the outer ring of the yaw bearing and the flange at the top of the tower cylinder. The transition connection surface is the connection surface between the working surface and flange surface. Some design schemes are equipped with oil drainage holes of different sizes on the transition connection surface for removing grease. Generally speaking, there is a height difference designed between the transition connection surface and the working surface. The grease that causes the yaw bearing to leak drips onto the transition connection surface, thus separating it from the working surface. Further discharge the pollution through the oil drain hole to prevent the working surface from being contaminated by grease, which could cause abnormal noises or instability in the yaw mode of the wind turbine generator. The principle of the braking device. The yaw braking device provides a braking torque to the brake pads through the brake to achieve the purpose of preventing and widening the rotation of the brake disc. The braking force of the yaw brake is provided by hydraulic pressure. Drive the piston and friction plates to press against the brake disc. The reaction force of the braking force is transmitted to the brake disc. The regulation of the brake is controlled by the connection or disconnection of the hydraulic system pressure. When disconnected from the pressure of the hydraulic system, the braking force disappears. The axial movement of the brake disc will push the friction plate away, allowing the brake disc to move freely. The yaw brake oil supply hydraulic station provides a pressure oil port, an oil drain interface, and a return oil port for the yaw brake. When the wind turbine generator needs to yaw, the yaw pressure is controlled by the relief valve at the return oil port to achieve the braking force required for yaw. When the wind wheel is aligned with the wind direction, the pressure oil port provides the stop pressure to lock the yaw system. The above is the content learned in this class. Thank you all.